Hi guys, welcome to domytriesthis. No cup again today. We're doing a gardening update basically. I wanted to show you what's going on in the little seed starters that I have, and then we're going to go outside and take a look at our avocado, which should be doing pretty well. One of them is doing really well. The other two I'm not so sure about yet. We've gotten a lot of more cold weather. I really wish the weather would just settle in and just head into the warmer spring, but it keeps backing up into colder temperatures, and from what I'm seeing on Facebook, that's happening all over the place. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our plants. We've got some exciting things going on right now. I'll get started and show that to you. So the first thing we got going on is most or all of our tomatoes have come up. My biggest concern about the tomatoes is that I have nothing to support them on at this point. I'm using strings, as I'll show you in a minute, for some of my squash, but that would be a little harder to do for these guys since there's so many of them. As you can see, the sugar babies aren't up yet. There is a tomatillo back there. So that's the only one. We did have this honey delight up here. It was a late bloomer. We ended up having some problems, and I had to, one of them died, but this one came up. But they're all looking good, and they're getting their leaves out, and they're looking nice and pretty. And then over here, let me step back a bit. Over here, you can see we've got most of our squash is up. Our eggplant has not, like our sugar babies, our eggplant has not come up at all. Our cucumbers were the first things to come up. And I've set up these strings because they tend to be climbers, and I want to make it easy to transplant. So the strings, I can pull the strings and then help them get on the grating when I move them over. We did have one zucchini show up, and for some reason it died. I don't know if it was a soil problem. I don't think it was a soil problem. I actually rather suspect it was more like a weather problem because it got cold again, like I said. And we have the same with the yellow squash. It came up and also died. So I actually need to get some, this one never came up. So I actually need to get some more zucchini seeds because the seeds that I had put in there were the last seeds I had. So I'm going to be picking those up and replanting. We do have one yellow squash. I would like to get this other one. I planted new seeds in, and I'm waiting for the sweet dumpling. I don't think I have any more seeds for it, so we'll have to see if these actually come up. And if not, I'm going to be stuck without them this year, which is kind of sad. I really wanted to try them. But our butternut and our honey nut are up and doing really well. The Anaheim is much like the seeds that I'm going to show you in a minute. Most of our peppers are still not up, which I'm actually expecting. But that said, we do have a few peppers up, which actually is kind of surprising to me. And I've got to move some things over so I can tilt this for you. As you can see, we have red cubanelles have come up. We've also got some serranos are up. And I thought I saw another one here. And our Fresno has come up. But the others I'm not worried about yet. They take longer to germinate anyway, and the weather has still been very inconsistent, and I cannot keep the house at a consistent 80 degrees, unfortunately, the apartment. In our bell peppers, we have the purple bells. They have question marks because I don't know if they're big or small bells. And we have our red bells up, and that is it on the bells. So, but I've been surprised that they've been up because, like I said, it's really hard to keep temperatures at a comfortable height that the peppers like. Peppers like it around 80. And I'm turning on the grow lights again. I turned them off to film. And I'm going to go ahead and let's move that back a bit. We want some of that light to get into the other ones. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the other light and take you outside, and we'll take a look at the avocado in a minute. So as you can see, today is a beautiful day. It's been very gray. It was grayer this morning. This whole area is starting to perk up. We've got a dandelion over there, and we're going to wait for them to get at least 6 inches or so before we start bringing them out, and then this whole area will end up being covered with plants. Here's our avocados. As you can see, our taller one seems to be doing okay. He still has this leaf, but I think this leaf was from prior to being transplanted. He looks like he has a new bud trying to come up. The middling one seems to be the one that's having the most trouble right now. Earlier it seemed like the taller one was having the most trouble, but now it's the middle one that looks like he's having issues, which is okay. They've been getting plenty of rain. It's just been really cold. And even he has a little bud coming up at the top there. I don't know if you can see that. And then down here, our smaller one just seems to be doing the best of all. He's kind of on a slant, but he's got new leaves coming in, and he's looking really good. So that's it for today. That's our garden. It's doing really well for the season. 2 years ago, I think we had a lot more growing by now, but the weather was better 2 years ago. This is the second year in a row we've had some pretty inconsistent weather. And last year I did a lot of replanting because I was putting my stuff outside. And Sora is outside, and she shouldn't be. Sora, we have to take you in the house, baby. Alrighty, folks. And there is Shadow. Shadow, leave her alone. Shadow. All right, I got to get going and get these two separated and get her in the house. And thank you for coming by, and I hope we see you all again soon. Bye.